70-hour work week, 14-hour days, rain, so sometimes skid a little bit. Even though, yeah, so I'm at work, so I'm working. But the purpose of this video, this January 2nd, 2026, is to put to rest, to whomever, permanently put to rest, as far as like how I heard something about over the years. I heard something about, they're mistaken for ego, or I overheard, oh, my muscle, or this and that, and it seems like I have a cold shoulder or something towards things, grind when I discuss grind. But this is to put that, number one is to put that to rest. Number two, life, some life things. Number three, specific about truck, about how it is one of the riskiest and longest hours grind. 70-hour work weeks, 60-hour work weeks. And I really just wish, and the fourth thing is really just wishing, if nothing else, for people to just communicate, man, to just keep it real and just communicate. That's the only thing that I don't really seem to get to. But that's separate from just, oh yeah, the fifth thing is I think I'm gonna die grinding, man. I'm gonna die grinding, bro. So number one, think I'm gonna die grinding. Number two, like I said, to put to rest permanently about any kind of misconception, ego, or this and that, to explain story. Number three, life stuff. Number four, truck stuff. And number five, about stuff like that. So like I said, with the grind, man, I think I'm about going, I don't know. I think it's not gonna be able to be. I don't know. I think it's. I'm risking. I'm risking it all, man. 13-hour days, 13-hour work days, 12-hour work days, 14-hour work days. So if it rains, sometimes every now and then you feel a little skid, if it's this and that. And just in generally speaking, the last couple of days and stuff, the last couple of years and years, 2 jobs, always. Even when I got one full time, I'm in library. I'm trying to look for another one and another one, just trying to really just push myself to be able to provide, or everything to be, that picture, like, complete for whatever situation, and really be on top of everything. For me, for somebody else, for myself, whoever. The second thing, like I said, it's nothing to do with, when I have that demeanor as far as get it done, as far as get it done and stuff, it's entirely from pain, from all the pain, and it's entirely from the pain, and entirely like where I'm like, from all the pain, from being dissed, from being told I don't got this, from being told this and that, from opportunities lost that I really loved, from opportunities, from work opportunities that I really loved, and I was willing to die for that job or something, and then some kind of random check or test or this and that, or some small thing like the way station situation stuff. Those kind of things, is what made me like. That's why I choose to grind. That's why I have to shut things down and grind, because I feel like I'm trying to get it situated for me and for whoever, or for myself, or for for if it comes to something, you know. Three, some things about some things about some things about my life, as I've put in other videos before. All the way back from when I was graduating, around that time, from school time, way back, having issues as far as ID, having issues way back then, 2008 and stuff. I had to figure that out. And I had to figure that out. I had to go years and years doing odd jobs, construction, landscaping, 5 in the morning, from since 19 years old, people ready, staffing places. From since 18, living our own, from since 18, minus like 6 months, out on our own, and place to place, in the early days, proposing, in the early days, being in love, trying to make it work, but being so young, temp construction, low pay, $7 an hour, $8 an hour, shoveling. And then age 22, which was like 2012 or so, from 2012 through 2020, for 8 straight years I had to catch the bus. For 8 straight years I had to catch the bus to 2 jobs, or full time, many times 2 jobs. I still, own place, so still got up and got 2 jobs, catch the bus for an hour and a half to get there, missed that bus in the rain for 8 straight years. Damn near almost 10 years, from 2012 or so. Because around that time I just had small tickets in that car back then, unpaid. And then I got a letter when I was in Virginia at the time. Virginia gave me the license, accidentally, I guess, because 2 weeks later I got in the mail that there was unpaid tickets, and I have a week or 2 to pay it or it'll be suspended. But it came unexpected. It's license suspended, but I already had a vehicle licenses, so it ended up being the following 8 straight years had to catch buses, 2 jobs. Then when I finally learned to stop moving around, just stay put, back to Florida, 2017, it was just construction, more temp construction. It was like 4 or 5 years of just temp labor jobs, sometimes call center, but mostly construction. Temp construction, shoveling and digging, temp warehouse, a group of like 70 dudes, early in the morning at temp agencies, waiting for a ticket. At the same time, the buses, catching the bus to all of that for 8 straight years, out on there, just dissed, relationships that I fell in love with, dissed, what you gonna put me on the bicycle, which, dissed, and when I really felt love, temp construction, years and years, warehouses, temp construction labor, while catching the bus to the 2022, relationship around then that again, wanted to spend life with. No communication the right way, all them years catching the bus and everything. I'm really trying to grind. 2023, somebody who I talked to, who things seemed like also good, she ended up having a heart complications that she didn't communicate. Heart complications, had a heart attack right in front of me, or in the night, and was passed out, was out. She was like, called, I'm crying, on the floor crying, and then I stayed at the hospital for a week. She come to find out she had cardiomyopathy, which is like a ongoing for the past 5 years. She had issues like that of pass outs and stuff like that, and that's when I went for the CDL, and then the CDL leading to part leading to the fourth thing. I think, like I said about going die for the grind. One, about the ego thing, it's just pain. It's just really just from pain and just being dissed. And then the third thing being some of my life story. The fourth thing was with the truck. I got the I got the I got the I got the CDL finally after, mind you, after multiple attempts, multiple failed. I failed once in 2023. No, 2022. I failed for bus driving. Me, a group of like 10 people, like eight of us failed the pre-trip. It's this part where it's 10 pages. You gotta recite. You gotta read out word for word, 10 pages of every component and part. The fire extinguisher is securely set. This is set. The windshield wipers work, the brakes, do a brake test, check this, check the oil, for 10 pages. People was dropping like flies, so I came back to it this time to do the truck, 2023, so I failed so many times. 2023, Christmas, 40 degrees, it was out, the whole thing is outside. They provide lodging, but it's double occupancy, so you and another dude, everybody share a room, random person, every day outside, walking around 9 hours a day, walking around, learning the truck, learning for a month outside, coats, like 40 degrees outside, people failing the test. I failed before, but I barely got by with that. Then the company I did it through sent a group of us up to Indiana. Also in the winter, up to Indiana to start truck driving. Indiana is 20 degrees, 25 degrees, and I'm already sick. It was about a month training. You drive 12-hour days, but I was sick, so I failed that one. I had to do odd jobs. Then I had ID issue, so I had to like crash in the car. This is separate from the eight years of catching the bus. Eight straight years catching buses. Separate from that, I had to crash in the car. After that failed, 2023, going into 2024, again got sick. Was in the hospital, and then again with Schneider or Family Dollar trailers for truck. I had to unloading the trailer. 12-hour days unloading the trailer. Like only like 2 hours was the truck driving, unloading the trailer inside the trailer for like 8 hours at a time for multiple stores. If you added up 8-9 hours a day in the trailer, you could be wringing out my shirt, wringing out sweat from my shirt, like wringing it out. How much sweat pouring in the trailer. Get back, drive across the road, drive with the truck, with the semi truck, not hit nothing, be perfect. Get back to another store. They rushing, they giving. So I actually quit that one, failed that, and then finally again this year now, 2020, well, this past year, 2025, back doing it. So it's so many times failed. This time around, it's winter again. Monday, well, every day, 14-hour days, been 14-hour day from 6 a.m. to 10 at night, from 6 in the morning. Driving cross highway, interstate till 10 p.m. Pick up at the warehouse, wait there for 2 hours, jump on again. So 14-hour days. Then on Tuesday it was a route to New Jersey. I got to New Jersey. It's snowing. I got stolen. So Wednesday, I lost my truck key outside. I'm stuck outside. Wednesday that just passed. Wednesday, I think New Year's Eve. December 31st, 2025, right before 2026. There's 2 days.